as our lovely lights go out, we're going to use some artificial lighting to conclude our day with those who are divine feminines again, with our lovely divine masculines. There's so many stories that I could share, but I want to keep it short. And the part is they talk sense to us. They definitely bring clarity. And your own mind is that divine masculine. The divine feminine is your own body. And when you're whole, you don't forget about that. So you don't get destabilized by your counterpart or parts from your oversoul. Okay? That's because you're able to maintain your connection to that which is Akash, source, intelligence, God, you call it what you will. So we don't get into screens and start yelling at someone. We don't actively think that anyone is making choices to the extent that I hear the 4D with all of their saga and drama. Okay, so divine feminines don't chase divine masculine or masculines. And those divine masculine or masculines don't run. Now, there is a journey, however, for those who are on a active spirituality awakening journey. What does that mean? Well, it means that you have this in-depth perception of more than that which is the day-to-day. Okay, so divine feminines will pick up on the relational field and they will be emotionally aware. And if they're a grounded divine feminine, they don't get lost again. And so when I think of my divine masculines, all of them, between twin flames and soulmates, continue to add to my day-to-day expansion. The twin flames, as I was saying, they get us to become more of what we have already set out to begin being, because a divine feminine doesn't lose herself. So the ones who are, use your human name, please. As a 5D mystic, I didn't get destabilized by my clairs, and I didn't get lost when I met my twin flame or flames. No, actively the word was given to me by somebody who said, oh, so that's your twin flame. I said, what? Because when you begin with clairs, it's other people that were already into spirituality and mystic topics that introduced me. So I knew of spiritual gifts, but I didn't learn actively of them in the same way that others did when it comes to all that is. By the way, the reason I think some of these 4D collective is what I call them, the ones who say New Age is Luciferian, they actively have decided to organize information in a way that I think, because I'm not going to look into it, uses ancient textbooks. So anyways, true spirituality people, we're with Sadhguru, we're with sciences, we know all of it comes together to say the same thing. You're human, I'm a human. If you get to become a healthy self-worth person, you're going to know functional adult love language. And you're going to know how to use your prefrontal cortex and have integration of brain. Spiritual self-help is for people who want to be mindfully and mindsightly and mindsetly aware of yourself, and then you do emotions and thoughts like a person. That's why the depths of you and passion keeps growing. And so for twin flame and flames, as I was experiencing them, I, as a person, was getting familiar with my clairs. And it was not ego death, dark night of soul, shadow and light, and me getting into any type of, I feel changed. No, I'm expanding concepts that I've already had since I was a kid growing up. Love, what is love? Well, hey Eric, I have a tail from The Little Mermaid. I'm not giving up my voice. That's the one thing. Twin flames will basically bring to you something that will have you say, yeah, I'm a 3-year-old and I have no shame button. I don't change. It's who I am. You unconditionally love me with my flaws and imperfections. You don't have to, though. Of course you don't. So that's it. That's all this is. This is why we don't agree in any way, shape, or form with this chasing and running. But the people who are chasing and running each other, they have their coaches and whoever it is to give them answers to stuff that I'm not going to get into right now. The soulmates, they're the ones that I can say surprise you. So my soulmates have surprised me, because for twin flames, we know that we are part of each other. And so you actively believe in partnerships. What are partnerships? Does anybody know? If you're a healthy self-worth person, you're going to know exactly. Hi, Eric. I have a tail. I have a voice. And that's it. You don't like it, there's a door. Now, it's not an ultimatum. It's actively, if you and I don't have fun and laugh together, then obviously we're not interested into each other, okay? So I'm just saying the breakdown is we love to be around each other more and more and more. We also understand how it works to build a lovely, relationship. It's called we talk to each other about heart to heart stuff all the time, not just sometimes. And when things begin to look a little like, choice point, choice point, choice point, it just becomes clear. And so for me, with my divine masculines, it's okay. I got that. In the years that you will have relationship with all of those that are part of your oversoul, soulmates included, you build your story with each other. Nothing gets dismantled. Nobody is chasing or running. What you do understand, and here's for any of you, if you are in a new, if you have actively, in whatever way, shape, or form, potentially thought of twin flame. Let me just put it. Twin flame is different than soulmate. But put to the side these two words for a minute and allow me to share with you your person who has a mind, your divine masculine, and a heart and body, your divine feminine. Get your inner child adult. Get yourself out of any of shame, blame, fault, revenge, any of those low self-esteem emotions, indirect communicators, blamers, smarter, superior. Get out of the gut that doesn't know what to pick up on. Do that. Then come back. And then we can talk about all of that you want. That's your first step. Once you are grounded in an integrated brain, there you go. And anyways, the whole thing of what people end up with, I have a number of people that are mystics. I explained to them as I was being told by them that they come from some special star, this. They have all these magical powers, which by the way, magic is not what it is to be connected. But the minute you're telling me another person is actively controlling you, I'm saying, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't sound right. It sounds off. So you are telling me you have a relationship with that which is infinite and intelligent. Now you're telling me you don't know how to wield your mouth and the emotions that come up. And the answer I got was, well, you have more of them. You're experienced. Okay, sure. I mean, if that's the answer you want to give me, okay, so long story short, it's always going to be either you are a person who knows about, at least for this episode, a divine feminine, and you're not destabilized by your divine masculine because it's your mind, and by people who are people. You will be able to know that you're moving beyond concepts like I did. I knew as I got choice points and I addressed each and every one of them with those twin flames, and that was through conversation, not through me hiding. No, I actively spoke. I actively asked questions, not run, not chase. No, I actively present to you what a healthy self-worth, in this case women, will do. I want a conversation. That is not you blocking your blessings, insisting all of what you will have heard. I remember when some of these people, they talk to you about not thinking. So that is where I know what they're talking about. What I'm going to tell you again is, if you are a person who owns your thoughts and your emotions, you know that your 1-year-old is yours, your child part's okay, and at that point you're not destabilized, you're not ruminating, you're not addicted, you're not actively feeling like you're going to die. You know you're not. You actively understand that you are getting to process concepts, expand, and you're getting to process also beautiful emotional charges, the pluses and the minuses. So you're going to get to have the complete, holistic, and well-rounded view of all of those that are emotional experiences. In fact, you'll be surprised if you're a person who knows how to be surprised by life. And so you do know that none of your oversoul divine masculines are not put on a pedestal. They're not put on anything. They're on a flat floor like you are. And you enjoy every one of them. When you look back, you look at what you got to expand and how, and you appreciate that. Now, the part that is sad for divine feminine, because again, the divine feminine is the one who's a mystic. The divine masculines, whether they're twin flames or soulmates, they're not. And that's the sad part. But their amygdala doesn't actively have interest in that at all. That's where it's at. So we're not impressed. In fact, if there's one word, which I try not to use, but we are actively unimpressed because the level of depth of how you experience life is going to tell me how you are as a person with your left and your right, and then I'm going to actively know that you don't know what a restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating life is. You don't know how to be a functional adult to the depths of you. So if I'm saying sad because feeling deeply is one of the most enriching experiences that you will ever have. I'm 44. I love every day more because I feel, and that's deeply. So again, mindfulness, mindset works only for those who want to feel. The minute you are using your mind, the divine masculine of yours, FYI, besides, that's why the counterparts are unimpressive. I can use my divine masculine better than I have ever engaged in so far with any of my divine masculines. And I don't mean to be mean, but the part is the depth of emotion, it's unsatisfactory. The depth of emotional shared experience is unsatisfactory, because a depth of emotional experience means that you're wowed by life. You see, when you're wowed by the smallest of things, and you have people who are not wowed by it because they have a left mode, and they actively are not consciously, so mindfully, consciously aware that you're mortal, is why you will wake up and be wowed. And that's why when somebody's not wowed by the sky or the stars or any of it, and they actively think that's stupid, and then they want to, they are not a divine feminine yet that has a relationship from a mystic perspective and faith, or a true sciences, because the true sciences, they're wowed by information too. You should hear some of them. I have some of them when they're talking about the stars and dark matter and dark energy. And so anytime someone's wowed consistently over time, it's something that you actively wake up with because you consciously are mindful that you got to breathe today. And that's however old you are. How old are you? I'm 44. I actively have the gift today to share food with people I love, to share anything. So it's unimpressive, and it's disappointing, and it's sad when people don't feel deeply for a person that feels deeply. That's why I tease that Zen master, laundry Zen master. You don't feel deeply with pleasure. Means your 1-year-old doesn't have a host. Means you don't know how to hug yourself and say it's going to be okay. Believe me, I'm not saying anything out there is straightforward. What I'm saying is feeling deeply is straightforward because it's inside of you. And it's not a special gift. It's you actively understanding what I just explained to you. So divine masculines are unimpressive until they have their divine feminine, because they won't have the depths of experience. So when you share something special, I had one of the most amazing, I have more than one. I have some amazing experiences. I'm not sharing them with anyone except for, if ever, I do know, and what I'm saying this also, we as divine feminines actively know which of our divine masculines brought what to us. We don't have a question, but it actively will not be shared in a way that would take away from the experience. And so because people that are masculines, again, they don't believe in our woo-woo-ness, they dumb it down, they have passive-aggressive, whatever mannerisms, they're a Cusco attitude. They're a Cusco attitude that will minimize any beauty that will come out of your mouth. And that is actively just so sad. So, do I believe that pigs can fly? I will keep on believing it, because at least I know that when I'm looking out in the sky, I don't know everything. And I actively know as a human that appreciation comes from here. And this is mindfully aware. It's not a fad, although the people who like to make it into fad, just watch how they act and perform on screen for you. You'll notice a difference between a person who's mesmerized by life, because that's if you are awakened to this opportunity. If you don't like human beings, and if you want to focus on all that stuff of suffering, you're not going to consistently be on. In fact, when I've gotten told you can't be on all the time, wow, you learned about a third of attunement and repairing ruptures. You don't know how to work with your nervous system? I'm surprised. I don't know how you don't know how to work with your secondary consciousness. Human being, you learned about all the brain stuff. What's up with that? I learned about it because I help people with personal development. You learned about it because I thought you wanted. So long story short, again, divine feminines, we're impressed by other divine feminines because they will be able to taste and savor that which has been gifted. Not because there has to be you believing in a God or not a God. No, you don't have to believe. I know of dark matter, dark energy. I'm okay with that being the data that's out there. Sciences doesn't take away your faith. Science doesn't take away your mysticism. Sciences actively expands and dispels the myths of that which others use to dehumanize and make people out to be monsters, and they actively keep using Lucifer and blaming Lucifer and anything that is different from ancient times. So New Age is Luciferian because who knows whatever these people have decided in their own way of organizing. Meantime, those who are of true faith know that the lovely essence of love and life, which is God and Holy Spirit and everything, like the universal love transmission session, a Reiki master, it's all grace and bliss and beauty. And divine masculines don't know anything. Again, they can, but they'd have to want to access the depths of them. To get to the depths of them, they have to want to access their inner child first, then get their inner child into an adult. Once they get that innocence back, and they begin to choose, but you know what I see? I want to do, so you got a bunch of people out there doing that. Or, you know what? I know how to do the neuroscience stuff. So whenever you're seeing a human make it into something technical, like a program, they actively have another layer before they can maybe get access to their gooey ooey-ooey-ness. Because gooey ooey is what you feel if you're a pure piece of consciousness. It's called the 3-year-old, and that's your energy body, and it's your mental and your emotional and physical, and it's all connected, and it doesn't mean anything provable. It's I choose to continue to be mesmerized as if I were and am still a child who lives in this body. Why not? I have 24 hours. Why would I not appreciate? So mindfully aware. And obviously, we all have different moments. If I stub my toe, I'm going to be like, fuck my toe. No. So divine feminines love to meet other people who are here, and that's why I look forward for all of those who are divine masculines and divine feminines. We get to come together. We don't chase each other around. We actively share emotions, and that's the nice thing without being special with our clairs. No special keys. Humans are not in danger. Our humanity is actively doing really great. Sciences and spirituality come together, and I look forward to being back with you. Thank you for putting up with the light. We'll be back with more. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening.